Can you see it? Oh, you turned it off, Dad. We're live.
Welcome back, foolish mortals. It's good to have you back with us. I know it has been a hot minute since you saw us. If this is your first time joining us, again, welcome. I'm Michael.
I'm Tom.
Producer Tom here, and we are back. So I know our last video, I think, was it last year? Happy New Year, everybody. I apologize. It's been a very busy month since Christmas. We have been doing our basement remodeling, which has been taking like every day after work and on weekends. I've been downstairs in the basement painting, working on it. We're not doing anything special. I know when we did our sort of kitchen renovation videos, which I know I still have to do that final one, I showed you some designs that we were thinking about for the basement. Well, we kind of scrapped all that, and we haven't really done anything in the basement for like 2 years. The whole ceiling had been ripped open, but we finally got it put back in. We have lights again. I'm painting, and everything is working out fantastic. You may notice producer Tom here is wearing his new toy.
I'm in the metaverse.
His what are those called again, Tom?
The Apple Vision Pro.
So if you haven't checked those out yet, there are some amazing videos online showing you what that's all about. We're actually going to take a look at something here in a moment because I think this is going to be a game changer, not only for work and productivity and all that boring stuff, but for like the amazing things that we can do in terms of like immersion and gaming and whatnot. I think like especially horror games and virtual reality are going to be amazing. It's like wearing like you're in a holodeck, right? It's virtual reality kind of glasses, but kicked way up a notch. But before we talk about that, I did want to say hello to the people who've already joined us a little bit early in the chat room. So if you want to talk, leave us some chats. We've got a few things to talk about today. We're going to talk about those cool glasses. We're going to talk a little bit more about the basement. And so I want to like look at some of the old pictures of our Halloween parties of past. And then we are going to talk about the upcoming calendar of events. And then I think some of you have probably seen those previews of the Lowe's Halloween 2024 leaked animatronics and whatnot. So we're going to take a look and get our opinions on that.
Can I adjust that? That's not shining on you.
Producer Tom is not happy with the lighting in the room, so he's going to work on that while I say hello to some of you. So, Dragon Lord Hollows. Yo, you're back? Yes, I am. And thank you. So are you. Oh, Mike and Tom Lover, 457. So glad to have you. Another Michael here. And we have El Kroll wearing our matching shirt. So kind of. I mean, this is what happens when you actually wear it a lot like me. And Tom wore his once on the year that we did our...
I've worn it at least twice altogether.
On our Halloween that we did a Ghostbusters theme, which is pretty cool. But where did we get that shirt? Pano 360, Amazon. Everything always comes from Amazon. So, again, if you are joining us, and we've got a lot more people in the chat than are chatting, if you want to say hello or talk about anything, leave us some comments, questions, and whatnot in the chat, and we'll be happy to talk about it. But Tom's cool glasses, if you're just joining us, we were talking about the Apple Vision, what is it, Tom?
Apple Vision Pro.
Apple Vision Pro. And we have a quick video to show you. I'm going to bring it up here if I can. Sorry. We haven't done these videos now, these live videos, in a few months, so have a little bit of technicalities to work through here.
Switch it now.
As we...
It's because we changed things around. How about now? Can people hear us
All
now?
right. Can you all hear us now? So if you are in the comments and you can hear us, let me know. Just turn that off. All right. So apparently you can.
Okay, now we can. Okay.
Sorry about that. So I was saying that this is sort of like an augmented reality. So you can have these screens and whatnot. You can move them all around in your actual space. Sorry. And like for instance here, you can have multiple screens going on. You can watch movies. If you have a panoramic photo, it kind of like immerses you in it, which is kind of cool. But there's even a way cooler thing to look at, which we're going to see here in a moment. But as Tom was kind of playing around with all these different screens, kind of gives you that idea of just working. So it feels like you're, reality, which is just really cool. In a moment here, let me just sort of fast forward a little bit. No, I'm not. Okay, so screen's touchy. We're just going to have to wait a moment. This is only a 2-minute long video to begin with, so...
Mike never uses the iPad. So...
I'm not technologically advanced. So this is where he's starting to use the, what is it? The
immersive environment.
The immersive environment. So this is not turned up all the way. This is kind of where you can still see your environment, but it kind of brings you into this world, which is completely 360 around you. But you can turn it up like he's about to do now, and it completely makes you feel like you're in this environment. It is so amazing. You can't even tell like that you are, in your living room anymore. You're here on
Tatooine,
which not a big
Star Wars
fan, but look, you can easily switch back to you. But I'm kind of thinking like this is going to be so amazing when you're playing like a horror game and you're completely immersed in it. And even with this sort of augmented reality, there are apps and whatnot and programs where like things will interact with you in your own environment. Like I think if you're watching videos about this, you've probably seen the million ones of them about like the dinosaurs that'll come into your space and there's butterflies that'll fly around you and whatnot. But could you imagine like having to hide from the serial killer that is actually in your house? I mean, those things.
Freddy Krueger coming out of your bed, or the Scream, what's his name? Scream guy? I don't know. I don't watch
Ghostface.
Ghostface.
Like in your environment. It would just be so amazing. I think the technology is, this is just the start of it. I can't wait to see what they're going to do in the future and how we can make that work for us in terms of our own horror and Halloween activities.
Yeah.
I guess.
It'd be really neat to, I think, record walkthroughs and stuff and the props in 3D, where you can actually move your head around it and see in 3 dimensions how it looks. But right now, there's no way to show that on YouTube. So we'll see how it goes.
All right. So I know I was talking a lot. Hopefully some of the audio, I'm looking at some of the comments that might have gone in and out. Hopefully you can hear me now. I apologize. But let's see. Who else has joined us? Hanako, who mentioned we had no sound earlier. Welcome. Willie, thanks for joining us. And all right. So let's go ahead and... Pano says that AR haunts would be brilliant, and I can't wait to, film my own haunts in 3D. But, like Tom was saying, as soon as YouTube lets us post those, that's going to be amazing. But right now, it's kind of YouTube's stuck in the dark ages, but it's time for us all to move on. All right. Would be cool if Home Depot, Lowe's, etc. Introduced a Vision Pro feature where you can see how big the props are in real life.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
I think Lowe's will be ahead because they have already a 3-dimensional kitchen design app where you can design your kitchen and lay it out and feel how it will look. So maybe they'll add, the AR for Halloween stuff too. But, it's so new. How many people actually have one yet? But we'll be on the cutting edge and try to get some stuff ready to go.
Well, Dragonboard Hollows says, I'm so excited for the new installments to the Lowe's Reaper band. So I'm naming the band Lament of the Lost. So we're going to take a quick peek at the Lowe's lineup here coming up in a little bit. So stay tuned for that. But before we get to that, as I was talking about earlier, again, if you just joined us, I've been away for so long because I've been constantly working on my basement. And I was looking for some kind of photos to share with you, and I was thinking that we would take a look at my Halloween haunt from years past, from 2012, so you can kind of see how it has changed throughout the years.
Oh my God.
We'll let Tom bring that up here in just a moment, producer Tom, and kind of gives you an idea, because this is when I actually decorated in my basement. We had a party a couple of years down there, and I was, I never really liked to bring people down there because it was so completely dated. We live in a 70s contemporary house. Doesn't look anything in the basement like any sort of modern house, but we are slowly transforming that now. But way back when, I, in the 2012s, would do a lot of this sort of paper decoration. So this was just like a little the entrance to the bathroom, which I thought was kind of cool. It's male and female sort of zombies there. Did a lot of sort of paperwork. Wow, our house has changed so much since these old pictures. This was obviously my snake powder room. All right, let's see here. All right, we're just going to zip through some of these. I don't.
There's really over 200 pictures in this album.
Okay.
So you can go to the thumbnail if you want.
But it's weird. I still have all of this stuff, like my Zombies Hate Fast Food. I used to put that out like on my buffet all the time. I used to do a lot more with zombies. So this was my basement bathroom. That's going to be next on my renovation list. So I had my little red rum cutouts because I didn't have any money back then. So I did a lot of the stuff, way more arts and crafts than I did now. And I still have all this stuff. I never throw anything away. But that red rum you could actually see in the mirror that was across from it. My little zombie. I thought this was so cool. My little zombie bathroom with the plastic zombie guys. Because I kind of put it over that corner so it wasn't flat against the wall, and it kind of was a little bit more 3D. I thought it was kind of fun and neat. But there was the mirror that you could see the red rum through, and all my little zombie decor. So I also had, you can see the poison bottle there. I had a game going on that I created that was kind of like a Clue murder mystery sort of thing, Halloween themed. Remember that guy who was in my van window this year?
Oh wow, we still have that.
My van. I don't throw anything away.
12 years later, we still have the same exact way.
But again, I would always print out all this stuff from the internet, like this emergency zombie defense station. I had all these little zombie emergency procedures and stuff. I love the toilet decor. I always think those things. In fact, we had that in the van last year too, didn't we?
It finally got destroyed, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it got wet. It got wet.
My little bloody footprints on there. Don't put your bloody footprints on your wood floors because it will pull up your finish. Just some more signage. Kind of the entryway into the bathroom was this whole danger contaminated area, which I thought was kind of fun. So you had to pass through the little zombie stuff to get to the zombie bathroom. I love that. All right. So
you could see our wood paneling.
Yeah,
it's very 70s.
Our wood paneling decor is kind of amazing. My Clue room expanded over the years, so that's kind of what you can see there is all my Clue collection. If you
Not all of it.
So part of my Clue collection. Then on the right hand side, where are now, at least used to be, a few more shelves. So all of this wood paneling is now painted, and I'll show you that, not today, but in a future video maybe. We got rid of that drop ceiling, put in a real ceiling as well. This is actually in our bedroom. You can kind of see on the table there was an axe. That's another weapon. I think you had to go around and find all the different weapons and the clues and whatnot. But this is what I always loved doing, is putting, you can make a dead body in a chair anywhere easily just by stuffing clothes, put it on a chair, and then I usually would you have all those loose sort of body parts, so all I used was that hand and that foot there, and it kind of it really pulled it together and made it look like a dead body there.
You don't want to wake up to that at night.
But it was nice that it was like when you were standing in the hall, you would look down and through the door you would see this dead body in the chair. I thought that was kind of fun. Little rat eating his flesh there. Wow, here is our old dining room. You can see I had all of these were like ghost images, and I printed out all the little descriptions about. You can see on that top thing it says real photos of ghosts, and are they real or not? Just stuff people could peruse while they were looking around. Love the little masks peeking in the door. Simple but effective. Again, all these little printout stuff. Clowns. So my clown, obviously I did clowns this year. It has changed drastically. Now I have all my animatronic clowns and whatnot, but simple. I always change all my artwork, all those pictures, just simple printout stuff. Print it out, put it in a frame. I cut out all of those hands from construction paper.
We still have them too.
Yeah, we put one of them in the van.
Put them in the van, yeah. He doesn't throw anything away unless there's a big flood, and then you're forced to.
Threw a little bit away this year. But the spiders and the lamps. I kind of miss all this simple decor. It's not as thematic as it is these days, but it's simple and fun. Like I love my bats that were flying from the fireplace up to the vampire there on the balcony. I thought that was kind of cool. Little butler kept everybody from going upstairs. Little rat silhouettes. They were in the van this year too. This guy, I think that sign says, "If you're reading this, you're blissfully unaware of what is creeping up behind you." Oh, well, there you go. The little rats and the hands. All right, we're just gonna scroll quickly past some of this. Oh, those. I loved the portraits above the fireplace, and I've always sort of brought that into my Halloween displays every year. And since then, obviously, if you watched, I've done portrait galleries frequently in all of my displays, but they're a little more than just the plastic sheet up there. It's now real frames and pictures and whatnot. So how times have changed. Again, these were pictures that we have going up the stairs. Just put some scrapbook paper with pictures of bats. Simple decorations, but fun. There's my zombie stuff leading down into the basement. My rat. All right, let's scroll through. We had our cardboard coffin we made one year. That we used that for several years too, until it finally we've used it so much it
just fell apart. Right?
Yeah, it fell apart. But my simple vampire themes from way back when. These were like pictures of tombstones and interesting different little tombstones. All this stuff was for like a party. This was like actually the crime scene for that game that I was saying that we had that everybody had to solve.
Well, now you keep saying it's quaint or, you stepped it up. But when people came over, they really liked it.
They did. I mean, like I said, it wasn't all. Well, it was kind of thematic. Like I kept my bat stuff together. My zombie cards I use almost every year. We always like to have my fortune tellers there. I think that was my game there called Death Foretold. I don't remember how it worked, but I do have it still, and I could go look it up. But I think you had to go around and find the different weapons and figure out which one wasn't there and solve the mystery or something. Here, if you wanted to pause the video at some point, you could read it. I don't remember. What does it say there? Search the house for each possible suspect. Oh, because I also had all the.
You just zoom in.
I also had all of the different
zoom in like
characters when we were walking around, and you would see all those the killers, like the butler. There was the butler, or the undead walker in the bathroom area. Michael Myers. Those were all like those door covers that always had the images of the killers on them. So you had to walk around, find all the suspects, find all the weapons. It's kind of neat. This is kind of our other half of the basement. Simple but effective, like overturned chair, I think. There's one of the killers. Some ghosts. All right, but you kind of get I kind of wanted to, again, show you our old time Halloween decorations. Oh, there's Ghostface hiding in the rope, but also give you an idea of what our basement used to look like, so that when you see our new decorations, our new basement, at some point you'll see. Love my old fireplace. I actually bought that mantle scarf, and it was backwards. I ended up having to get a replacement because it said Happy Hunting, but it was backwards. It was weird. Oh, again, and my spiders in the frames, I love those. Again, just printed them out off the internet, put them in the frames that were already there. Chainsaw, bunch of different. All right, so I know we've gone through a zillion photos, and I probably have a zillion more. Just kind of scroll through here.
Yeah, just like never ends.
My red rum, I use this all the time too. because again, it reflects into the bar, into the mirror, and then when you're looking at it from the mirror or the other side, it says murder. And that I made that from, we just bought those letters out of, like Michael's, I think, wasn't it? Painted them red and put them on a piece of black board so that it stayed up. I used to love this too, my vampire, that silhouette that's going up the stairs. So like when you walk in the door, you see it, the shadow on the stairs. I've used that a few years, but it's kind of a pain to put up. And there's a fireplace again. I think some of these are, yeah, okay, so we're repeating. So I think we can move on. I've probably bored you to tears looking through my old pictures.
Oh, well, it's like so empty.
I know. Even our ponds have changed over the years. They used to be these big concrete bowls, and now they've got all the rock work in them too. But here I had my sunken pirate ship. So now I've got lots of different pirate decor, but that was the first thing I had, which is obviously a laundry basket on some PVC pipe, sunken into the koi fish pond. And I had my little hat floating on a piece of string so it didn't float away, but it looked like, a lost pirate. Okay.
Should we go to the...
That's enough pictures, I guess. Let's see if there's anything else I missed that you might want to see.
I turned it off. Oh, should I put it back?
Oh, sorry. Okay. So one last picture, I guess. Just because I love this. In the beginning, we used to do this every single year, but it was always different with a different car or the guy was in a different location or whatever. But I always had my dead pumpkin man. It looked like my car was crashing through the different,
the gates.
The gates, right? And they hit the pumpkin man. People would love that. When I would carve a real pumpkin, I don't carve real pumpkins anymore. I hate doing that. But we would take the pumpkin guts and then spread them out by the head of the little light-up jack-o'-lantern there, so it looked like his brains were all splattered on the pavement. And then, of course, you've got the jack-o'-lantern guy inside the car, too.
That one glowed at night. It was plugged in, right?
Yeah, so you may remember in my walkthrough this last year, I had the inflatable hearse crashing through the gates of the cemetery. I don't know why I love doing that, but I think it's cool, and I always do it. But anyway, okay, so we'll move on. You can close it for real this time.
Okay.
All right, so let's go back to the comments and see what we have missed. All right, let's see here. Wolfgrind, a pleasant surprise to come home and find you guys live streaming. Yeah, so I know it was impromptu, so sorry about that. We just, I wanted to do it. Obviously I haven't been putting up videos for a while because all that work that we've been doing, but I actually did film a video at the Goodwills doing a thrift store walkthrough, but I just haven't had time to edit, so I haven't put it up. And I've been wanting to, say hello to everybody because it's been so long, and I apologize for that. But we're going to get back into the stream of things soon. All right, Allison Russell, patron, good to have you with us. Taylor W, love these throwback photos. It takes me back to when you guys were called the best things. Yeah, the best things. I kind of miss that name. I do feel a little trapped in our Halloween content.
Constrained, yeah.
Constrained. So we've got, we still have another video channel.
I mean, we don't have the energy to do other content anyways, so.
Lots going on. But I do want to do some more Clue. As soon as my basement is done, I was kind of meant to talk about that. It's like half of it is my Clue collection room, right? And I want to get into that and share some of that. So I don't know if that'll be on this channel or the other channel, but I'm going to do some of those videos as we lead up to Halloween too. I've got a lot of stuff that I haven't even opened yet because I want to do an unboxing video. But
I mean, we also film like van videos and travel videos, but we never bother to edit them because it just takes a lot of effort.
Yeah, it is a lot of work.
Yeah.
But we do have some travel coming up too. Where are we going, Tom?
In March. Well, we're considering going to Trans World, but at least I'm considering it. But it's the weekend right before we go on our vacation to Europe. And so we would come back on Sunday and go to work for 2 days and then fly out to Europe Tuesday night. And it might be too close together. But we've never gone to Trans World. I'm just interested to see. It looks amazing, right? I'm just interested to see what they have and what it's like. It's in St. Louis, right?
Well, that's a good intro into the next thing I wanted to talk about, which was kind of the calendar of stuff that's coming up.
Should I put it in?
So, Tom, if you want to bring up the screen.
Okay.
All right. So, obviously, it is, Halloween and horror is actually, the preparations go on all year long. So I was starting to look up the things that I was going to go to this year. These this website here I thought was pretty cool. It's fancons.com, kind of shows you where everything is. I've got it selected for Georgia just so what I could see here, but you could see worldwide as well, which we'll take a look at here in a moment. But you can select like where you're at, and it'll show you what's coming up. So we've got a few events starting in May here. Actually, I think there might be one earlier which wasn't on this list, but HauntCon. Oh no, that's in October. So I think a convention for Halloween that close to October is pushing it. There's too much other stuff going on. But
So
this
it's not
looks
really
kinda
for us.
cool.
It's for like people participating, right?
It's in Dalton, Georgia, so that's pretty close to
Carpet
us too.
capital.
But going back to Georgia, there is a Walking Dead called The Camp. So it says the camp is the #1 destination for fans of The Walking Dead, just being minutes away from the filming locations. So if you're a Walking Dead fan, we kind of gave up on it before the last. I don't know how it ends. But
I don't
we
know if
watched
it. I don't think it does end. It just kind of peters off.
Well,
all right. I don't know. I guess we never watched the last several seasons, right?
I'm sure that I'm not, you know,
It became really repetitive.
I'm not giving any spoilers away, but if I am, close your ears. I think we stopped watching it right after Carl died, and then
Carl.
the next season, for some reason, whatever channel it was on that we had it stopped letting us watch it,
Oh,
and we just stopped watching it.
AMC. But
And then now it's available streaming elsewhere, but it's like I don't even want to get into it at this point. It wasn't. It was like Tom said, a bit repetitive, so we didn't feel like we were missing out just giving it up.
I'm like, just die already.
All right, we've got the Georgia Pop Culture Horror Con in August. So that's good timing. Nothing really much going on then. Monsterama is also in August, a little bit closer to my birthday. But we are proud to be Atlanta's only retro horror and sci-fi convention, and we focus on the fantastic in cinema, arts, comics, literature, and media. So that's kind of cool. And then lastly, I think we had the Halloween Festival. So this is kind of exciting. Not really sure what it is, but it's in November. So,
I can't read it.
you know, once Halloween is over and you're feeling that depression that it's a whole nother year, well, it's time to start doing the other conventions as soon as November. A convention centered around all things Halloween, scary, and to preserve the history and meaning around the holiday. So it's in Savannah. I absolutely adore Savannah. It's one of my favorite cities. It's so beautiful. And it's only like 3 hours away from me. So I think we will probably plan to hit that one.
Oh, okay.
But, you know, if you're wanting to check out stuff in your area, again, you can select where you are. But there's other things starting just this weekend. HauntCon in, what is it?
Daytona Beach.
So it would be a quick drive down there. And it actually kind of looks pretty fun, but I don't think we're going to be able to do it, which is a shame. But let's see, what else is coming up? So I'm not going to read through all these, but as you can see, there's a lot of stuff going on this month. Mad Monster Party, Vampire Fan Weekend, Evansville Horror Concert in March, Monster Mania, something in Las Vegas, Day of the Dead Las Vegas. So I encourage you to check out this website if you want to kind of see what's going on, what you might be interested in. I was looking for the big ones. Are they even listed on here? Like the, what's it called? Well, I don't know. If you've got a good convention that you know of that you think I need to attend, let me know. I know what's the one in St. Louis?
That's Transcon.
Transcon. Oh, what's the one in Chicago?
I don't know. Is it that one? Fan Expo
Midwest.
Chicago? Oh, Midwest Haunters Convention.
Convention, something like that. So we're going to have to check out all these different things, and we're going to attend some of this stuff this year and bring you all along with us. So that'll be fun.
And then what about Spirit Store? Are we planning to go to
The
Spirit Store?
I think somebody asked about that,
Yeah.
didn't they? So I know I'm bad.
You passed it up.
Let's see,
Right there.
Where am I looking? Do you all plan on going to Spirit Flagship? So last year we drove up there, which was rough.
I knew it. It's too short.
Yeah, because we drove up there stayed for the fun, stay overnight, but we still didn't make it into the first, couple hundred that
400,
got
yeah.
free bag of goodies, which is kind of disappointing. And then we stayed, we went into the flagship, saw everything, and then we started heading home.
So we stopped at Busch Gardens.
Oh, we did.
On the way back. That was okay. That was fun. And we got free parking for some reason that day.
Oh,
I don't know.
That was nice. So we might go again this year. Probably will, but we'll probably fly.
Well, we also talked about possibly doing a van trip to Maine and Acadia National Park. We mentioned it, but we didn't really talk about it. And combining that at the same time. But I don't know if I have enough vacation to do all that.
I know. If work could just get out of the way. I shouldn't say that. I don't want to throw that out in the universe yet. But one place we were talking about going, because we have another potential trip planned.
Oh, yeah. Put that out there.
Whoa, sorry. So, Tom's work is taking him to England
to London.
Year, to London.
In October.
Just in time for Shocktoberfest.
At Tully's something. Tully's Farm.
World famous Scream Park.
Something like that. We never heard of it before, but I saw it on a YouTube video, and it looks really interesting. And we're just happening to be there beginning of October, and they have a media YouTuber day, and I still need to email them and ask if we can get tickets and go. But otherwise, we could just pay for tickets on that weekend.
It's nice getting the free tickets.
Yeah, well, I want.
It rarely
they only let you film on the YouTuber day, and I want to. We want to film it and see. I want to do a 3D, film with the thing, and see if that even turns out. I don't know.
But I mean, it looks Europe's
largest
Scream Park.
Is anybody from Europe and never been there?
Anyone here from Europe?
It's probably like 3 a.m. over there, so probably not.
Oh. But yeah, I mean, it looks like they've got a bunch of different haunted attractions to go to. So I think that'll be interesting. I don't think there's a lot of YouTubers doing the European Halloween stuff. So
there's European YouTubers doing it, but not like Halloween.
I don't want to hear about that.
Not Halloween YouTubers, really. And it's like, I think, an hour south of London or so. So we can get to it from with the train, the subway, and then a bus. Yeah.
Get to us by train. Anyway, so stay tuned for that. We're gonna when are we gonna be there, Tom? Early October. So
October 4th is the date we can probably go.
Yeah.
So
that's good because it gives us a lot of time in October to finish setting up our own haunt, right, and getting ready for our own stuff. Because I want to get out the rest of our trips, as early as possible. We're probably going to be doing the Universal Studios again.
Around Labor Day.
It's not probably. We're going to.
We're going because we have tickets, our annual pass already, and I already have I booked a campsite at Turkey Lake so we can stay in our van, save some money.
All right. So
you don't know how to use the iPad?
All right. So what have we missed? All right. Let's see here.
Did you look at this here? You didn't click on this.
So when do you start planning process for next Halloween?
Should we put it back up?
I kind of threw out some ideas previously, but I want to show you the Lowe's stuff here in just a minute, because my plans always change based on the stuff that I see that's coming out. I'm like, I want to do that. I need that. It's really cool. And I think they've got some really neat stuff that I want to show you here in a moment. All right. Let's see. It's always nice to branch out because we all have other interests and hobbies. I think you're probably posting that when I was talking about my Clue stuff. Yes, definitely. Oh, speaking of Clue stuff, in case you're wondering what I'm reading, because I am trying to read more this year. So I just finished In the Hall with the Knife, which is a part of a 3-book Clue series. Next is In the Study with the Wrench, which I'm just about to start. And then it ends with In the Ballroom with the Candlestick. I love the artwork on these books. They're young adult books, and the first one was not great, but I'm going to read them anyway. So if you're looking for a book to read, I don't recommend it unless you're really into Clue like me. But I'll let you know. I'm hoping it picks up. We'll see. All right. So amidst the crafting videos and candy in the car, Tom discourages me from doing the candies in the cars.
Yeah. Don't need diabetes in the car.
But I do want to do some crafting. In fact, I almost brought something in to do in today's video because I wasn't sure we'd have enough to talk about. But here we are going on like 40 minutes now, so I think clearly we don't need to do that today. But I do want to keep up with these What's Up Wednesdays, so maybe we'll be doing crafting in some of those coming up. I don't know if we're going to do one next week. I'm going to try if I can come up with stuff to say. But certainly as we get closer to Halloween, we'll be doing them much more frequently. Missed you guys. I missed you too. Thank you. All right, so Willie Loomis. I love that name. Busch Gardens Williamsburg is a beautiful park. Yes, it is. It's amazing. They have a big sleeping troll animatronic from Distortions that they put out at Halloween. Well, that's neat. So we've done the Busch Gardens in Orlando, or Tampa.
Yeah.
But not Williamsburg. So did we do it? We did it a couple of years down there, didn't we? For
in
the
Tampa.
Howlow screen?
Yeah, but I find this is it's pretty small, and there are not that many. There's like 5 houses usually, right?
Well, yeah. I think they're pretty good, I think. They're decent. One year we did the private tour. We did videos again. So this is what we get
we
to. Like
did videos. We never edited them, right?
Yeah, we did so much work filming all the outsides of all the haunted houses because you can't film them inside, and doing commentary on them all. And then we didn't have time to do the video. So
also, we don't like private tours because
it was so awkward. Like, it was just Tom and I.
But it's convenient, except he didn't pick a good route for us, really. And there's a lot of back and forth. But we're not talkers in real life.
I am not, no.
And it was very awkward.
So I can't keep up that conversation for, how many hours was it? It was a long time.
Yeah, a long time.
Awkward, okay. So, Cindy, if you like horror sci-fi, I recommend reading The Three-Body Problem. Oh, well, I need a good recommendation, so definitely thank you. And if anybody has a good movie or show recommendations, I'd love those too, because I need them. I'm finally starting to watch the 3rd season of Only Murders in the Building, which if you haven't watched that, I love that. It's on Hulu, I think. I don't know if it's on others, but it's about podcasters and the murders that are in their building.
I haven't been watching it, so don't need to look at me.
I love it. It's got Martin Short. Is that his name, Martin Short?
Yeah.
Steve Martin and Selena Gomez. And this season also has, what's her name? Meryl Streep in it. So it's amazing. Acting, it's great. All right.
There was that one Edgar Allan Poe series. Did you talk about that last time?
Yeah, that was
good.
What was that called? Fall of the House of Usher or something?
That was good.
Based on all those Edgar Allan Poe.
That's on Netflix,
stories.
Right?
I don't remember. But anyway, if anyone else has some good recommendations, leave them in the comments. If not now, later when you watch this, let me know. All right, we're going to attempt to make this work so we can go to the last thing I wanted to talk about. Oh, it was still in Safari, I think. Which was... Oh no, did I close the window? I think I closed the window. All right. I'm going to have to do some quick Googling here, I think, unless I had a different window open. No. So let's see. Lowe's 20. So if you Google Lowe's 2024 Halloween, you're going to see lots of sneak peeks, lots of videos already done. But I know you were all just waiting for my commentary. So let's go to the Halloween forum, which I love. If you're not a member of the Halloween forums, I think they're fantastic. This is where I used to get a lot of my decorating ideas. But this is kind of where I saw some pictures too that we'll take a look at. I don't think that's part of it. So maybe I think it starts on page 2. No, all right. So somebody called Decorating Fanatic, I think, has been releasing lots of these sneak peeks of the animatronics coming to Lowe's, which I think Lowe's is starting to pick up their game. They must have realized that Home Depot was just making a killing off all this stuff. So this appears to be, this is going to be difficult. How do I...
Oh my God, you don't know.
How do I get back?
You close it here.
So the description here says, beware the colossal bone collector. Giant-sized animated ghoul features lighted eyes and a moving head, synchronized mouth movement, blah, blah, blah. All right, so it looks like he's another grave digger. So I've got 2 grave diggers, one from Home Depot kind of crept out. My other one, I can't remember at the end of Halloween if he was starting to make some unhappy noises. But I have found these animatronics are not good to have just continually running for a few hours.
It's like a plastic gears like break or something.
They really are best used, I think, when activated with a foot prop or something. But every time I have one that I just keep leaving, going and going, it craps out. But here is some sort of grave digger. He's burying this tiny little skeleton. Not really sure why that skeleton is small. I hate the less than life-size animatronics, so it kind of like makes me think, is that a child?
Probably. It's scary.
I guess that could be even more scary. But I just didn't like his face. Something about that I didn't love. All right, but this is what I'm most excited about. So we have some sort of, I don't know if this is going to be big or if this is like a small tabletop decoration. But love the squid here. Doesn't have enough tentacles. Hopefully you can get some more. But I've seen inflatable tentacles, and I've been mulling this around for 2 Halloweens now. Actually, we have, as I pointed out, the koi ponds in the yard. I've always wanted to do tentacles coming out of them. So I have looked in the past for inflatable tentacles, and there's a lot of good options now, and I was really considering doing that. And I think I might get into that this year because, look, this is my absolute favorite thing that I've seen on these Lowe stuff. All right, sorry, I know it's hard for me to do this. He's some sort of scuba diver skeleton, so I don't know if that skull is an image, like a projection, which would be really awesome if it moved, or if it's just static, which it probably is.
We could use like a lenticular where it looks more dimensional. That'd be cheaper.
But he's got his spear, and I don't know, having this, so I'm not sure, having this coming out of the ponds or something would just be amazing. Or I might just do my whole garage scene as some sort of underwater
That'd be neat. And I remember that one year, or maybe they did a couple of years, in Spirit, they had lasers that looked like water. I always liked that effect. And that we went to the Netherworld, and they had that. It was kind of creepy. You didn't know if something was going to come out from underneath.
So just to expand on this, so it's like you spray the fog into the room, and then you shoot the laser that goes around it. So
it looks like water.
The fog makes it look like water. It is a great effect, and I really enjoyed that too at the haunted house. So maybe we will do that in the garage this year instead of my cinema, which I was thinking of. So then we also have this guy who is some...
It's just an excuse for you to buy some more themed stuff, a different themed thing.
But, we have a lot of stuff that's
like pirate and nautical, yeah.
I mean, we have almost this exact same setup already with a skeleton pirate guy. So maybe we could even just sort of retrofit the one that we have.
When do I get to do my themes?
What theme do you want to do, Tim?
Like a space theme. I told you about this already. A UFO themed where there's a light beam and people can it looks like cows are being sucked in, I told you about that.
So I've always wanted to kind of do an alien theme too. The crafting of the alien spaceship has always been kind of above me. And the year that Home Depot had all of those alien animatronics, I think that was COVID year, right? So there was some reason I didn't buy them, and I kind of still kick myself for not doing it because, or maybe it was just because I thought it was too much work. But I think I love the aliens, and I should have bought those Home Depot aliens. I did have that one cryogenic case from Spirit with the alien in it. I can't remember what it was called now, but that got kind of more destroyed in the flood, and I finally threw him out. But I have the actual alien guy that was inside it still. All right, so then we also have this witch.
It looks very typical, right?
Yeah, so it's kind of a little more voodoo. What is that, a heart or something?
It looks like a chili pepper.
I think it does, kind of. But that face is very detailed. It's kind of creepy.
It looks like a young face, but made to look old. But
what's her hand holding there? It kind of looks like... it almost looks like...
a skeleton hand.
Yeah, like she's sitting on a chair and holding the end of the chair, but she's not. She's obviously standing. So I don't know. Be curious to see what this does. Maybe there are videos of them in action online, because it looks like you can see that little pause button there. So there's obviously
these are all from these are from TikTok, right?
Oh yeah, just screenshots, I guess, right?
Or Instagram.
I don't know. I don't have TikTok. I've been avoiding.
You don't want to get into that.
Yeah,
it's a time suck. We don't have time already.
All right, so let's go ahead and scroll through. I know there's more stuff this, which is so I guess the Addams Family, with Wednesday was very popular. I did see someone saying that Lowe's is a little bit behind the times on the bandwagon, fell off the bandwagon or whatever.
Oh, you can just get that to replace the columns that are being damaged.
That's actually a good idea. I wonder how tall that is.
Mm-hmm. Well, tall enough to get to be able to walk under, right?
I mean, I don't like Nevermore Academy, but I almost feel like that might be kind of easy to change out.
Well, you can just put a black sign over it and print whatever you want.
Yeah.
Right? Just
like
over
that.
those characters.
And my cemetery columns that I've used now for 12 years are, you can't tell too much in the video walkthroughs when you're watching, but they're crumbling and falling
With the
apart.
wood, yeah, it's like delaminating and dry rotted.
All right, so here we have Wednesday in her party outfit doing her.
Is that even to be
dance.
popular this year?
I don't know.
Are they coming out with a sequel?
So I think that I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know when the new season's coming out, but I'm absolutely sure there will be. And I love the pirate guy here, or not pirate, Pilgrim, because like I could totally see putting him like by my door all the way through Thanksgiving. Look at that smiling face. It's creepy. Like, what's going on there? These pictures are a little bit blurry, so it's kind of hard to tell. But I guess, I don't know. He's kind of cool. The light up eyes are a little weird. Oh, here's some more descriptions. But I'm not going to read through these. If you wanted to check them out. Oh, is this a different? Oh, it's a different witch. This is
It looks like a mermaid witch or something.
So she's
with the hands like that.
She's holding a staff with some sort of like crystal ball on it.
Crystal.
Yeah.
It looks like the staff from Stargate SG-1, the Ori. Except those balls, or those hanging things.
Why does she have the webbed hands? Is she supposed to be like some sort of nautical something?
Well, and also the outfit's like a water seaweed, right?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of. Well, let's see. What does the description say? Is it this description? Lure your guests closer with a life-size animated sea witch. This hideous hag moves her lighted staff and greets her guests with ancient seafaring wisdom and warnings. Okay, a sea hag. I feel like if you're going to call her a sea hag, there should be a bit more to explain that. Aside from that webbed hand, maybe her staff should be more seashell or something. I don't know. Maybe that's a little too Little Mermaid or something. But it doesn't really scream sea anything to me. Oh, all right, so here's part of the band, I guess. Who was it that wanted the band? I don't remember. We've got a singer here. I like to see these in action. But I like the fact that he's got his foot there up on that little tombstone.
It looks kind of generic.
Oh,
I guess if you have multiple people, then it'd be cool.
Keyboardist.
It's just wait for you to spend $1,000 on each one of those.
Well, didn't they had a band last year? I remember that in the walkthrough. So I'm wondering how tall these things are. Were those band members life-size last year? I don't remember. A Headless Knight. I think we're going to see more pictures of him here in a moment. So obviously, they do a lot of the Haunted Mansion stuff. We've got some tombstones. And here's the Headless Knight. It would be very cool. I'm sure all the people who are into the Haunted Mansion decor are going to go nuts over this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be kind of cool anyway to have in any house, like a suit of armor that's haunted. I'm thinking I might need to pick that up myself. Don't know. Let's see if there's anything on page 3. All right. Oh, a Headless Bride. I don't think this is Haunted Mansion or anything. I think this is just sort of gothic. But I like the look of it. It's pretty cool. Oh, a Haunted Mansion pillar.
So it is Haunted Mansion licensed.
And then a clown. Okay. So it looks like he is doing a handstand on top of bowling pins. So we had the bowling pins on that stilts clown that I bought last year, which is kind of cool. This guy, so I saw this guy earlier, I had to read the description to see what was going on. He's supposed to be like popping out of the grave. It's kind of hard to tell, like he's in a box. What's that all about? Some more tombstones. I saw something elsewhere that showed some pricing on this stuff, which was like each of these was over $100, which is too much. Ooh, look at this guy. I wonder if he does something like, what is that thing he's in the middle there? Is it just like What is that? Can't tell. But at least they are doing interesting new stuff. I like these much more sort of three-dimensional tombstones. Is this another haunted mansion? Because they had in the haunted mansion ride, you walk through the pet cemetery. So maybe that's part of that.
Oh, there's pricing there.
Oh, look at that. So, all right.
$148.
It doesn't say anything
for the obelisk,
right? $80. So yeah, it's got to be tall. Maybe if it's like a 6 foot tall or something, or 8 foot. 8 foot would be awesome. But is it worth your Halloween dollars? I don't know. I feel like I would rather spend it on something else.
Like an Apple Vision Pro.
Oh, there here, Apple Vision Pro. So decorating fanatic. You've got this pumpkin. I assume his head, rises up. We saw that a lot last year, so not that impressive. Better picture of that guy. So all right, that looks pretty cool in the real picture. I like that her dress covers that base. So in a lot of those ad pictures, you can really see the base, and that drives me insane. They've kind of cleverly hidden that here behind whatever those things are down there. But that's one thing that really irritates me. Hopefully you can buy those little, what do you call those things? Some candle holders, I don't know. But anyway, so those are the Lowe sneak peeks. And it's been almost an hour, so I think we're going to need to bring this to a close. But let's see if there's any other comments that we need to review before we do so. Dragon Lord Hollows, I would recommend the movie replicas. It's not horror, but it's great sci-fi movie in my opinion.
Mike doesn't like sci-fi.
Movie replicas. So we're, I know this comment was a little while ago about movies or series that we should watch. Yeah, I'm not a big sci-fi fan, but I was reading it as the movie replicas, like props, which would be awesome too. All right. Finished Curious Creations of Christine McConnell and Shadow and Bone. So I've seen an episode or two of that Christine McConnell. I couldn't get into it, I don't think. It seemed a little too forced or something to me. Taboo on FX, have to check that out. No One Will Save You on Hulu. It's one of the best alien movies I've seen in years. No One Will Save You. That sounds good.
We're going to have to go back and write all these down.
Yeah, all right. Oh, that Pilgrim is from Wednesday as well. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Oh, good catch on that one, Dragon Lord. All right. And I think that is pretty much it. So I want to thank you all for joining us. And thank you to all the patrons out there who help support the channel. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to make that end screen for these live videos. But thank you all in general, and everyone out there who helps watch the channel. Be sure to like and comment and subscribe and all of that.
Hopefully maybe this year we'll get to 100,000.
Maybe. You never know.
We always think we're going to get it, but
we've been hovering at 90 for like 2-3 years now. So we'll see what happens. So help us get there. I appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you for watching. So I guess that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time, take care. And happy
hunting.